the apex regulatory body of Nigeria's capital market, Mr. George Akamiokhor.
The Nigerian capital market is one of the most developed capital markets in Africa. And when you want to assess a capital market, there are certain market indicators which you have to take into account. For example, you think of the number of companies or securities which are listed on the stock exchange. You think in terms of the market capitalization. You think in terms of the number of operators within the system. So if you look at all these parameters, you find that Nigerian capital market is well developed to an extent. Apart from South Africa, I think is the best and the most developed. Of recent, the activities in the capital market have been a little bit tremendous as a result of the government reform programs, particularly the structural adjustment program and the general liberalization of the economy. So all these have led to more securities coming to the market. All these have also led to new operators coming to the system. And even the reforms have also made more Nigerians to think of the capital market as a source of funds for their long-term investments, as against the previous practice whereby they rely heavily on the money market. But I think on the whole, we have performed well, but we still have much change. How we went about this was in the area of public enlightenment, trying to make people appreciate that you don't acquire shares solely to keep and hope for capital gains. You acquire shares for many reasons. One, you think about the dividends that are likely to arise from the investment, which is normal. And again, you think about the capital gains, which will result from sale of shares, which is one area Nigeria has not actually participated. But then, the basic problem in this area is that the market lacks depth and breadth, and there's the element of illiquidity within it, and this is likely to affect the present attitude. For example, if you don't have enough securities in the market, then whatever you have, you won't like to dispose of it because you're not sure of having a replacement. So what we need to do, and what we have been doing, and which I think the government have contributed heavily, is to make sure that we have more securities in the market, as well as ensure public enlightenment program that people can be sure of the benefits derived from the system.
One other problem the Nigerian capital market has is the low level of awareness by the general public of its operations. The consequence is that investment culture is low.
The Commission is an apex regulatory body for the nation's capital market. In addition to that, it has a duty to develop the market. And that developmental function of the Commission touches the issue of making sure that people become more knowledgeable, more conscious of what's obtainable in the market. What we have done in this regard is to make sure that we organize seminars, workshops, and conferences. All are designed to enlighten the general public so that they can be more conscious of even of the capital market. And again, we get ourselves involved with publications like our monthly journals, our SEC quarterly, our annual reports, as well as SEC, EU and SEC, what you should know about SEC. All these are documents which have been put in place just for the purpose of enlightening the general public to make them more conscious of the importance of the capital market. It does not even end up with, we don't end up with the investors. We are also concerned about those who can bring security to the market, that is the issuers of securities, companies, governments, and so on.
Inadequate and inefficient infrastructural facilities, especially in the field of information technology,